Hello, my beautiful sacred masculines and anybody else who finds their way to this channel. Welcome to Quickie with Star. I'm so grateful for your presence. Thank you for being here. I am on pilgrimage in Peru. I'm down here to go to an ayahuasca retreat and visit Machu Picchu and Lake Titicaca, really very powerful spiritual places on the planet. If you've been following along, I've been sharing a little bit about the retreat and my journey with ayahuasca. This is new to me. It's been something in the making for years, and I've been wanting to get down here for a very long time. So super excited to be here, and the process has just been really really intense and powerful already. You know, she starts working with you, the ayahuasca grandmother ayahuasca, before you ingest her, right? Before you actually physically connect, you know, just setting the intention and starting the process and setting out on pilgrimage and going on this journey. Stuff starts coming up, and you start seeing what you need to see. And you know, so much of my intention is about self-love and really opening more into my ability to give and receive love, and really to know the truth of who I am. And I just shared a video about Christ consciousness. Now I know the truth. I know that I am love, that we are made out of love. That is the truth of our experience. And I'm just, you know, intending to open more into that. You know, I know that truth, but I don't live it in my everyday embodied experience. You know, I still have so much that I'm moving through. This human journey it's intense and powerful, and there's so much we've taken on as a collective. There's so much guilt and shame and self-judgment and criticism and self-doubt and unworthiness and lack, and you know, we're all moving through different aspects of this, you know, for ourselves. We're moving through it as a collective and personally, right? We've each taken on our own personal traumas and the wound, whatever wound it is we came in with. Each of us has something that we're moving through, and that has been a big lesson for us. There's many lessons we're experiencing here in this human journey. So for me, it's been a lot of self-doubt, self-judgment, criticism, shame, lots of shame around just living my life and being who I am and showing up however I've showed up, you know. And so many of us, right, that's the thing, we're taught to keep ourselves very small and to conform and to fit into little boxes, and we don't feel confident and positive about who we are in general. And it's a real journey to discover who we are. We go on this journey of self-discovery. Some of us, not all of us, right? A lot of people stay in the boxes and stay locked in, and you know, the spiritual journey isn't for everyone. You know, not everyone goes on this journey in their lifetime, and that's totally fine in this lifetime anyway. You know, eventually we all get there, though. We all get to this self-realization. We all get to that truth, and that unity and oneness. But for me, it's been a lot about, yeah, self-judgment and criticism and shame. A lot of shame around how I choose to live my life, and stuff I've taken on from the collective and all the systems we've grown up in, right? You know, especially around sacred sexuality, right? That's been a huge piece of my journey. Sexuality has been a huge piece, and just exploring that and coming out the other side from all the shame and perversion and weird stuff put on our sexuality, right? And I've always been a very sexual person, sexual and sensual, which doesn't mean I want to have sex with everybody, but it's an important piece of my life, and it's an energy that's a big one for me, which is interesting how that shows up. Because again, that doesn't mean, I know some people hear that and means like I want to have sex with everybody or constantly. It's just like, no, that's actually not my energy at all. But I feel that sexuality is a very important piece of my life and of our experience in this human journey in a human body. Our sexual energy is huge and ginormous, and to shun and shame that and try to keep it small, you know, it's just not, it doesn't feel good, right? And it's led to all sorts of complications and pain and sorrow and heartache for so many of us. So exploring this and owning it, stepping into my sexual energy more, without guilt and shame, owning what I do for a living, you know, and just being really confident in that, and letting go of the societal limitations and conditioning around that I've taken on. I don't, at my heart and my core, feel there's anything wrong with with how I've chosen to live my life and with sexuality, but yet there's still a lot that we've taken on again from the collective. So I have to sift through all of that. But what's been coming up for me now, and I told you all I was going to share my experience with this ayahuasca retreat, and for me, what's been coming up is, before the ayahuasca retreat, you're supposed to cut out a lot of things to get your system more clear, and that's like certain foods and dietary things and supplements and medications if you're on them, etc. And sexuality, no sex for a few weeks. So, which is totally fine. But there's quite a list of things, and and no alcohol and no dairy and etc. And I haven't fully adhered to that list, and I had greatest intentions, and so then there's all these ways where I've just really like beat myself up over that and just kicked my ass, and had guilt and shame, and what's been coming through so much is that to really let that go and to just step into my power and do what's right for me and own it, and it's showing me a bigger picture of so many ways that I am in guilt and shame around how I show up and what I do and the choices I make, and it's like a pattern, it's a habit. We get addicted to these patterns and these things that we that we do to ourselves, these limitations and ways that we, the self-talk, the things that we tell ourselves. We can get really addicted to these energies. So mine, and it stems from, childbirth, my adoption, being put up for adoption, this shame and feeling like I'm a bad person. There's something wrong with me. And I've talked about this, a number of times. Lately, I feel like it's come up a number of times because it's just kind of looming large. It's just this underlying foundation that there's something wrong with me. That's why my mother didn't want me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've done so much work on that, and I know that's not true, right? I understand that, but yet there's still those energies, and I'm seeing it now. The ayahuasca, she is really going to town to really dredge this shit up for me to see like how prevalent it is in my life, despite how much work I've done on it. And it's because it's subtle. A lot of this stuff is very subtle. So this is part of what the ayahuasca does. She is really helping me to see so much more of my actual lived reality, despite the work that I've done. These patterns are there, and that self-judgment and the criticism, the self-criticism, and the shame. It's just there. So but seeing it is how we move through it. We have to be able to see it. So she's really bringing it up for me, and it's just been a really intense process because it's the only way out is through. So I'm wanting to share about this because I think plant medicine is extremely powerful and supportive of our journey and our spiritual growth. And some people, say that's not true, and everybody's going to have their own experience and their own judgment around it. I think a lot of people that don't feel plant medicine is actually beneficial haven't actually experienced the plant medicine, right? They have their judgments and assumptions based on just, oh, I just felt a raindrop, just based on I don't know. But until you actually experience, we can't decide. We can't say what is beneficial for us or not, right? I've had a lot of benefit from plant medicine, and this is one of the way it works. That's why I wanted to share about this. It's not just the ingestion of the plant, it's the whole process. It's setting the intention, and this is how the universe works, right? When we set intention to heal and awaken and come into greater self-realization, many things start showing up for us to help us to move into that. When we set our course for love and open to our hearts and to more love and to, for me, greater experience of my sexual energy, things start showing up to support that process. And that's what this ayahuasca is doing right now. She knew I was ready for this next step in my evolution and my spiritual growth and my journey. So it's just been a really powerful process, and I wanted to share this with you, what's coming up for me, because the past few days have been very painful, and then today and yesterday, very liberating. Yesterday was so much crying and purging and releasing and just seeing like, oh my God, the ways my head will spin out with these mental things, and judging myself for not doing this retreat correctly. And that actually is correct. It's the perfect thing for me to see how I judge myself so harshly. So coming to the understanding and realization, like, everything is absolute fucking perfection, and I know this, so, but again, the only way out is through. So I had to move through some real painful stuff, and watch myself kick my ass to get to the other side, and have some huge epiphanies over the past 2 days, and really powerful awakenings. So the actual retreat starts on Sunday. It's a couple days from now, and is a week-long retreat. So we'll take the ayahuasca 3 times. There's also San Pedro, and another medicine that I don't recall the name of, but I'll be sharing that as we go. So for those of you who are following along, or curious about ayahuasca and how this works, I just wanted to be sharing this process, and sharing about my spiritual journey, and to support us all, and I know we're not alone. We're all moving through such big stuff right now. It's huge times on the planet. It's huge. There's major astrology going on. The energies are crazy. I don't know if there's more solar flares, but it's kind of felt like that, because sleeping has been strange. Like, I was just up all night. So if you're having that kind of experience, maybe you're up all night, not able to sleep, exhausted but can't sleep, or just sleeping all the time, or super hungry, or super thirsty, or not hungry at all. If your body's going through a lot and you're really emotional, just honor that for yourself, and know that that is the energy that we're in right now. It's some really powerful, crazy times. So self-care, honor your process, do what you can to take care of yourself. Know that you are not alone, and that's really why I want to share this. We are not alone in all that we are moving through. As a collective, humanity is evolving rapidly, and that means we have to move through this shit, which is, we have to see it and feel it and experience it. So if you're going through a lot right now, just know, again, you're not alone, and do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And the plant medicine is very supportive right now for those of you who are called to it. And if you're not, you're not, right? For people who are, listen to that and see and explore and see what might be right for you. It's not for everybody. I don't think it is for everybody. That's why I've been hesitant to talk about it previously, but it has been such a huge part of my journey that I'm just putting it out there and owning it now again. Like, I had some weird shame, like, why do you need plants to spiritually awaken and evolve? It's like, well, they're kind of huge boosts. They really rapidly they move you through stuff so quickly, stuff that would just take years to get through, and you see things. And I mean, this has been my experience. Again, like, I don't want to tell you what yours will be, or what other people have experienced. For me personally, I've moved through major stuff and had huge awakenings and openings that I just don't feel I would have gotten to without them. So and again, it's not for everybody, and I don't know, that's just my experience, right? and I'm happy to share about it now, and I'm owning that part of myself now. I'm a part of my path now, my journey. So anyway, I'll continue to share about this experience and share about my pilgrimage. It's been epic. And speaking of which, this is why we go on pilgrimage. We get out of our own way. We open up to new experiences, and getting into new locations and around new energies. Things open up for us, and when we step out of our normal routine. And this is why I am leading a pilgrimage to India in November. If you're interested in joining for that, this is going to be a huge, it's for supporting the sacred masculine, sacred feminine energies. It's sacred sexuality, authentic tantra, really helping us to come into greater harmony, union, and balance with our own sacred feminine and sacred masculine within, so that it reflects to us without. Really supportive for healthy, harmonious relationships. So many of us struggle with having those nourishing, sexy, passionate relationships externally, and just because we haven't done the work internally. As within, so without. If we haven't done our inner work, our outer experience is going to reflect that. Our relationships will reflect that back to us. So this pilgrimage is really to support really going within and connecting with our own God and Goddess energies within, and not in a woo-woo way, not you know, it's just more of like really understanding our own masculine and feminine energies. So many of us are real disconnected from that and don't understand the need for strengthening and balancing both energies. So connecting with these in India, it's a very magical, powerful place, very powerful spiritual energies that just really open things up, like the plant medicine awarenesses and insights and experiences that you just don't have normally in your normal day-to-day life, most of us anyways, right? India is an extremely powerful place. I've had huge awakenings there, and I'm just so thrilled to be guiding us there and connecting with really, really powerful energies, and doing ritual, and we're going to be doing lots of drum meditation and drum circles and mantra and yoga and meditation, and visiting really important, beautiful sites, and eating amazing food, and connecting with each other, and really diving into our process, and really opening into our sensuality. It's a very sensual place to be, and our senses are just like busted wide open in that environment. It's so powerful, and really connecting with our sexuality and our sexual energy, and exploring that for ourselves as well. So visit the website below for more on that, and reach out when you're ready to enroll. It's gonna be a powerful, life-changing, total game-changing pilgrimage, and this is why I go on pilgrimage regularly, to open up and to really just support my evolution and my spiritual growth, and again, get out of my own way and get out of my normal routine. You know, it's constantly exposing myself to new energies and frequencies, and the self-reflection, and opening into gorgeous spiritual energies on the planet, right? It's just such a passion of mine. So excited to be sharing more about this, and I look forward to sharing more, and hopefully connecting with you in India, or at least somewhere out on the road. You know, I live my life on the road because it's such an adventure. I just yeah, love new energies, new frequencies. So check out the rest of my YouTube channel for so many more resources to support you on your sacred sexuality journey. Check out my website to check out all the to explore all the sessions that I have to offer: sacred sexuality sessions, energy healing sessions, guidance sessions, so much. 12-week program that's coming up, that will be starting, it's going to be starting in January, the next cohort. So very powerful program. I'll be talking more about that as we go along in the months. So much. When you're ready to like deep dive, let's go. I love you all, and I'll be sharing more shortly. Bye.